Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, it's our football podcast, You Can't See the Forest for the Tees. Today, host Paul Williams and co-host James Panas discuss everything that's been going on in the week of football. We look at last week's predictions and see how well we did. Check out whether we won any money on our bets. Predict next week's games, or the games that were in the week. And tidy things up with a nice football quiz at the end. So check this out and see what you think to this one. This is Cookiecast presents You Can't See the Forest for the Tees.
Yes.
Oh! I'll tell you something, boy, it's been a while since we've
Yeah, how are you, lads?
done a podcast.
Have you had anything? Have you had any interesting food in the last week or so?
Oh, I could do some. I know.
I think because at time we're recording, I think we're still waiting for that delivery. So
I had some lovely wraps made by my good lady. They were very
she's
nice.
a good egg, ain't she?
She is.
Oh, you've done well there.
She
Yes.
She is a good egg.
She's a bloody good one.
Just looking at how much money we'll be spending this week. Whew.
No.
Welcome to episode of
11.
Cookiecast presents
11 sounds
Can't
good
See the
to
Forest
me.
for the Tees.
You're getting better with the intro.
I thought it was.
Cookiecast presents.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm thinking when people are searching for it, obviously, like, so it's not going to be. It might not show up on the search.
What name did you put on that voting thing?
I just put Cookiecast. But I think I might have actually put Cookiecast You Can't See the Forest for the Tees.
Should I be getting in? Should I actually be getting involved in
So-
something?
so-
Well, I sent it as a link to the
It's a
podcast group. It was that,
broadcasting
like, broadcasting awards
thing.
something like that.
And there's
And
a
I just
section
saw
of
it.
podcasts.
It just popped up on my Twitter feed because there's a borough podcast that someone was going to vote for. So I was like, oh, I could vote for that one.
Or I
Oh,
could
hang
do
on.
my own.
Yeah, unbelievable. So James has just shown me the results from tonight. So in the Champions League, it was the knockout stages again.
Well, look at the top one as well.
And we had Atletico Madrid away at Juventus. Juventus were 2-0 down from the first leg, so needed to score twice to take it to extra time. Or a 3-goal win would, of course, win them the match and progress them through to the following stage. And everyone's favourite shirtless male, Cristiano Ronaldo, does what he does best.
CR7.
Scores himself not one goal, not 2 goals. The old hat-trick of goals.
Jeez.
Third being a pen.
Third penalty. Got a
Right,
bat.
the deck.
I can't imagine.
The ego on
Can
him.
you imagine Mandzukic just going, I'll take this, Chris? You what, mate?
No.
Sorry, what's that?
No,
You want me to
No.
bite off your cock?
I was going to say, like, Cristiano Ronaldo can't not have.
All the glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's his old team doing in the Champions League these days? Not a great fucking deal, that's what.
Sorry, I know you've probably looked at these, but that's the result for me.
Blackburn beating Wigan 3-0.
No, that one.
So that puts another route. Man City just went absolutely goal crazy.
Balls to the wall, wasn't
So they were 3-2 up from the first leg in Gelsenkirchen.
And if I remember right, they were 2-0 down with
Yeah.
with
So
not long to go.
They were 2-0 down and down to 10 men. Not Company, Otamendi got sent off in that game from what I can
All right,
remember.
yeah. And did
Maybe that was when they were 1-2.
And there was only like 10-15 minutes to go
Oh
when
yeah,
they were 2-0
and
down,
I think
right?
Sterling scored twice or something like that to get them back to. So they won the game 3-2. So obviously they scored 3 away goals, which in the Champions League is pretty big. They've gone and absolutely wiped the floor with Schalke tonight and won 7-0.
Jeez.
I always thought they'd win.
Oh, they were going through regardless, but 7-0. That's a big statement. So the remaining games tomorrow is Bayern versus Liverpool.
0-0.
0-0 from the first leg, going to Munich. So if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Because you know, as soon as you score, Bayern have to get 2. There was quite a funny call that someone had called into TalkSport the other week and was like, yeah, I think it's a great result because, you know, obviously once we score 1, they have to get 2, you know? So they have to score twice as many goals as we do. You what?
No.
Yeah, so if we get 1, they have to score 2, you know?
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. It's like, no, if you score 2, it don't mean they have to score 4. They just have to score 1 more than you do. And this guy who was like doing it was actually pissing himself laughing because he was like, you do understand how goals work, yeah?
This is reminding me of that just suddenly reminded me of your story about Antoniemi.
Oh, Antoniemi, best call in the history of TalkSport. So this guy, I'll go through it again. This guy calls up TalkSport and he's like, hey, I'm just looking at Craig Levine and the latest Scottish team. He's got so-and-so in there. He's got so-and-so in there. He's got Stephen Presley. He's obviously aware of all the players at Hearts. Why is he not picking Antoniemi? Antoniemi? Yeah. Why is he not picking him? He's great. Well, he's Finnish. What? He's Finnish? Don't be stupid. He's not Finnish. He's 28. No. He's Finnish. As in, he's from Finland. He's not Scottish. No, he's from Finland. Oh, I thought he was Scottish. No. And it just goes on like that. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh,
absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
I've heard you tell it and your dad tell it as well.
Absolutely priceless.
Speaking of the legend, where is he?
John Williams. John Williams does not have the time to be coming and gallivanting with podcasters.
He's carved out some time for Thursday, though, right?
He absolutely has. Speaking of which, obviously this is not going to go out before this.
No.
So
it will go out before.
It'll go out the night of.
But what time does the quiz start?
9 p.m.
It'll go out 2 hours before.
So if you're listening to this on Thursday and you're at a loose end and you're in York,
yeah, we'll be there.
So obviously to our viewers / listeners in
Brazil,
somewhere beginning with A.
A name
Brazil.
You're probably not getting.
We're very sorry, Brazil. We can't pronounce that name. Yeah, this one's probably not for you, but yeah, get yourself down. 13:31 football quiz, second Thursday of every month. £1.50 per person.
Why are you rolling out the New Zealand listeners?
All right, mate.
Because it's probably already happened in New Zealand.
Yeah. By the time this reaches them, yeah, we're probably already at Friday morning.
Yeah. So, what's the other game?
Barca.
I'll look.
Napoli, maybe.
I don't know. Leon. Yeah.
Leon.
I've got absolutely no idea where that was.
That was 0-0.
Was it? Oh, they're both 0-0s, those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Then obviously the
So
game.
again, like if you were a Leon fan, you wouldn't be too disheartened by that.
No.
Because obviously, Barca scoring away goals, absolute nightmare for you. But that's another one that could go
You've
the
got a
same way
chance
as a City game.
Yeah.
If Leon score early, you could argue that potentially Barca might get a bit worried. They've not got a Neymar to sort of drag them out of the shit, but they do have Messi. So, it is what it is. Excuse me. A bit of a frog in the old throat here.
Yeah.
I might take a sip of this delicious, still mango and passion fruit water.
I don't think yours is mango and passion.
I was going to say, definitely cherry and whatever. Cherry and plum. Combination from the gods.
Refreshing.
Like a good plum.
Who doesn't like it to have a couple of plums in the mouth?
Tony loves a couple of plums.
Someone said that to him, didn't they? Was it Karen? Oh dear. Anyway. Do we need to go through
I've
previous
got a
week's
pad.
football?
Oh, do you like stew?
I've
You've got a
pen.
plan.
That was a podcast that has not yet been released that you won't know the references, but I meant to say, all that wrestling talk on that other podcast, somewhere out there is a stew shedding a single tear going,
Why am I not there?
Why am I not there?
Yeah,
When there's like a full-blown wrestling combo going.
I know.
Oh, I see. I was.
You're a bit lonely up to that.
Pretty
sure.
sure.
I
mean,
Pretty sure Stu is a one. I've said this before, but he is a one-man
podcasting
promotional
Yeah.
machine.
Promotional podcasting.
What I suspect you've got there is like the predictions and stuff. But what I thought you'd maybe got is some program notes, as it were. Because I know you're bringing some topics.
I am bringing a topic this week. I imagine it's what some would say old news
Well,
because there's been like a verdict on it.
In that case, do we want to do... We'll tie up last week's predictions. I might have to have a little bit of a rant. And then we'll go into this week in football.
The Tony Pulis count is looking a little low. I have a feeling that won't be the case.
Oh, he's been doing a lot.
That's going to be going...
off camera.
That's going to be going through the roof.
Do we need a swear box as well?
Quite possibly, you might need to set the counters.
So, obviously, there's money to play for as well. So,
Of course.
so
Sadly,
we'll talk about that.
sadly, I can already tell you that my betting account has not increased any.
Oh.
So,
For all of you producers that sent your CVs in, we'll get. Don't call us.
we'll just control those on for a week, and
any people that took our betting
So, the
advice.
technically, there's 2 bets to be had this week. It's just dawned on me.
What, tomorrow's games
It's
and
tomorrow's
Saturday's games?
And the Saturday's games.
It's £2 for you, James.
Do you boys have £2?
Sure, I check my wallet.
Well, don't give us it now.
I'm checking whether I've got the £2.
Bloody hell.
Do you take silver?
I'd rather not, but...
Have them now.
Cheers.
And you can have mine as well. Pass them down for me, Chuckles.
Chuckles.
Right, so
Kids. 4 English.
what we're starting with...
Right, so top of my list
Let's start with Borough.
is Borough.
Yeah.
Do we have to?
I think Paul has...
Can I not run
Well, do
last?
you want to just get the Forest ones out of the way and then we can go from Borough results into full-blown rant?
It's probably going to be the best.
So
Because
Forest
you won't want to talk about the Forest
Yeah.
game after this.
was playing
Hull.
Forest were playing Hull.
He's got it down there, hasn't he?
Aye.
Right. So,
Nottingham Forest 3.
Hull
Hull City 0.
smashed them.
Wow.
Absolute annihilation.
I mean, if you can count 3 goals in 10 minutes at one point.
At one point, I got a text off Stu that just said, "Oh, well, Saturday can go fuck itself." I was like, "Wow."
Why have I got written next to your predictions another prediction for this game?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, there's your prediction, there's your scorers and all this. There's an offshoot
Yeah.
with another prediction.
Which says?
Something else.
Are you sure it's not Stu's?
Are you... I'm going to go out on a limb and say, have you predicted that it'll be 2-0 at half-time or something?
I think I'd said that Forest were going to go 2-0 up,
And then
Hull were going to bring it back to be 2-2.
Because I remember saying
that was-
below 2-0 leads.
Yeah, that was my big pick.
I hate to break it to you, Paul.
I haven't got any points, I know.
You got no points for the score. Mr. Panas, you take a point. Mr. Cook, 0 points.
And Stu went... Did Stu go for a draw?
0
I
points.
think he went 1 each.
So I'm leading.
So, the one week I think I'm going to change things up this week because I didn't feel too confident after the week before. That's bitten me right in the ass there. So you are currently leading. Let's have some goal scorers.
Right, okay. So, first goal was
Zhao?
João Carvalho. I'm almost sure no one picked him because he's not even been playing.
Nobody.
Honestly forgot he played for him.
Yeah, that our record transfer fee. Yeah.
No, nobody.
He come off the bench and scored a goal on his birthday.
Oh, bless him.
I know. It was a good one as well.
Oh, bless.
The second one, oh shit, I don't even know how to say his name.
Keep talking. Keep
I
talking.
just want to
Keep
say
talking.
Lindisfarne.
Lindisfarne?
4 letters in it, and it sounds like...
No, it's not cash.
He didn't even get into the squad.
It's
Best thing is,
It's no cash.
best thing is, Graben didn't even get in the squad.
Absolutely fucking.
So half of the predictions didn't get in the squad then, is what you're
Oh my
saying.
god.
Lindisfarne.
So the second goal was scored by Karim Ansarifard.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I think we all picked him, didn't we? Oh, no.
However, the third goal was scored by none other than Joe Lolly.
Oh god. Hull goals were scored by
Well, no.
Nuadico.
Here's something for Stu. Oh, and I was saying this to you earlier. I was sat there when I knew we got the result. I was kind of thinking, could just do with Bowen scoring one for Hull.
Oh, absolutely excellent. So I had Nuadico and Jared Bowen, I think.
Didn't play.
Nuadico not even in the squad.
Bowen played there.
What
didn't
a
he?
fucking
Seems
bell
to remember.
piece. Yeah, he was in there.
So I can't remember what Stu said for goal scorers. Did he
Graben.
go? Yeah.
And Grzyski.
Yeah, you only had one each.
Yeah.
Andrew,
I
you
thought-
picked Cash and Graben? Cash and Osborne.
Well, I went 1-1.
Oh.
So Cash and Mr. Pugh.
If it helps you, I read that both Graben and Cash trained, just didn't make the squad. That means
It sounds so much.
So that might mean that you could still go with them for your
You don't understand. You don't understand the pain
You don't know.
that you go through as an NFL fan who does fantasy football, because you hear that all week. Has trained, expected to play 30 minutes before the game, 0 points. It's like, what's this here? Out.
The worst one is where you're like, it's the Monday night football game. So it's the last game of the weekend, and you need
All your other players are playing, and your bench.
2 points to win,
You've got 1 player left.
or 1 point to win.
And all you'd have to do is just turn up.
All you have to do is catch 1 pass,
Yeah.
or run 10 yards.
Oh, so you don't get points just for being there. And
You don't
doing
get points for starting games.
Goes on the pitch, gets taken out first minute of the game. You're like,
rubbish.
That happened to Steve one week, actually. He had, I think he was something like 5 points behind, and he had Aaron Rodgers to play. So he was like, well, that's done and dusted.
deal, innit?
So I think he threw for something like...
Tash.
He sometimes has a nice handle, Mamasa.
Yeah.
So I think he got something like 100 yards passing. So obviously that's his 4 points there. And then he got injured on the next pass, and it was incomplete, and he broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
So he got taken out of the game, and Steve was just like, oh, so that's me fucked this week then. So I've lost because Aaron Rodgers got injured before he could get to the necessary amount of points that he needed. He was absolutely fucking fuming.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Absolutely fuming.
I don't think any of us will ever forget Toots needs 1 player and needs a particular score to win. Definitely not going to happen. Was it you he played against where he needed his kicker to score so many points, and his kicker had
Yeah.
So
So he was
19
behind
like,
by 15
fuck
points. So I was like, oh, there's even by his standards, there's no way he can pull this out of the bag, and his kicker
16.
scored 16 points. Could not believe it.
It's just
I was
like-
like, it's not even funny anymore. Like, there's jammy, and then there's just like incomprehensible levels of flukiness, and it's just outrageous. But that's a different sport.
It is.
It's a different one.
It's the
So getting back to the round ball,
Yeah.
unfortunately means we're going to have to talk Middlesbrough versus
Oh, I have been waiting to get this
the Bees,
off my chest.
Yeah.
So,
and they play at the Hive.
So just on the Forest thing then, no one scored any points apart from me.
alright, no, it's all
You
in.
just needed to reiterate
What
that.
a fucking bell end.
I can't remember what I pulled
What
out
a
for you.
fucking
I
plan.
can't remember what I pulled out for you.
So, let's discuss the game at around the 60-minute mark.
0-0. No?
1-0 Middlesbrough at this point.
I'll just write 1-0 Middlesbrough.
1-0 Middlesbrough with the goal scored in the 6th minute by Ashley Fletcher.
However, let him tell you what he texted me at the time. Did you put Fletcher down?
I thought you put wing.
No. Was it Stu put wing? Because I did say earlier to you, I think you put Fletcher.
Please continue.
Ah!
I've just got some points to mark down.
But the best bit is, it nearly went your way.
Oh yeah, so I went Bezic to score.
You did?
The only reason Ashley Fletcher scored was because Bezic had a shot that the keeper parried straight into Ashley Fletcher's path.
Which was the message that you sent?
Yeah,
correct.
6 at the time, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that message finished with the word
BASTARD! Yeah, because Bezic could have scored, in theory, if the keeper had dived over it or something like that. But
it's real shame. So I'm obviously marking myself down for another 2 points here then, yeah?
oh, if only you were, Andrew.
1-0 Middlesbrough.
So,
Did you say 1-0 Middlesbrough?
Yeah, me and him both went 1-0 Borough.
Right.
So, 60 minutes have gone. Get your counter ready. Tony Pulis decides, time to make a change here, boys. We're absolutely cruising in this game. I know what we'll do. We'll take off Britt. Correct. We'll replace him with George Friend.
So you're not getting any points.
We'll completely change the system and formation.
All of this sounds like a really good idea.
And by the end of the game, we'll have lost 1-2.
Oopsie.
Was that the score then?
Middlesbrough 1, Brentford 2. So, I haven't heard his comments at the end of the game, but I can only assume it went something along the lines of, oh, well, I'm a big fucking stupid bastard. I'm a stupid cap-wearing twat. I like to fuck about with the team just to see what happens, because banter and that. Funny. I'm hilarious. I don't even want promotion. Go fuck yourselves. What he actually said was, we are disappointed. They are a good side. 3 or 4 players would be in any team in this division. We got a great start. We should have had a definite penalty. Obviously, I didn't see the game. I only listened to it on the radio.
When did he make this sub?
I will go and see him, in brackets, the referee. I don't normally. He has booked Johnny Howson for diving and the lad has caught him. I don't know how they get it so wrong sometimes. We should have had 3 definite penalties. At home you think you might get them, or at least 1. Yeah, we'll just ignore the fact that you totally fucked it up, Tony, by taking off one of the strikers when we're absolutely cruising. We've got them under the cosh.
Got to shore it up though, haven't you?
No, you go for the second and you kill him off. You don't give him a chance to get back in the game. You don't fuck about. Right, he's been playing this 3-5-2 system for the past 3-4 weeks now, and it's been working. Why would you take off a guy, totally rearrange the system when you know it's working? It makes no sense whatsoever. It's infuriating.
I mean, I don't want to be. Look who's about to speak in this subject, but from the chess player's mind, you don't want teams getting. I mean, again, going back to the NFL, you won't want teams getting used to the way you play.
But it's not about. So I get what you're saying there, but in this regard, it was a case of in that particular game, we had everything under control. We had the answers to them coming forward. We were obviously stopping them getting forward. We were attacking and getting in behind, and we were obviously putting them to the sword. We've changed our formation, and it's totally flipped the game in their favour. So it's had the absolute opposite reaction to what he was wanting. So I just don't understand his mindset.
A question would potentially be: I mean, how much can you call out to the team to change the formation during the play? Because all of that's happened in the last 30 minutes, barring any injury time and stuff. So 2 goals have been scored. So at the point that they scored 1, could he not have gone?
You see, I might be able to help you out on this one.
The first goal was scored in the 70th minute, and the second was in the 73rd.
And in fairness, the first goal I've not noticed was an OG.
Fucking nightmare. Own goal, Ryan Shotton. There's no one's picked either of these two goal scorers because I don't even think like.
To be fair, we don't know who scored. So who scored for Bremen? Because one of them shot
Ryan
an
shot an
own
own goal and Said Ben Rama.
Don't know.
I'm pretty sure I would have just gone
Sammy
for Mope every time.
Sammy Watkins.
Oh yeah,
score.
Stu picked Ollie Watkins to score. Didn't even start. Got replaced. So yeah, just don't piss about with it. Like when you can, like I could totally understand him making that substitution in the 75th minute. 15 minutes to go. See out the game. See out the last 15 minutes. You know, put an extra man behind the ball. Absolutely. Don't do it with half an hour to go. Half an hour is such a long time.
I've just been looking at your table as well, and you've missed an opportunity there with West Brom.
That's the thing. That it's really fucked us over. That. So there was still an outside chance we might have been able to catch the top two. Not a chance now. So after tonight's results, so Leeds have won tonight. I think we're now 15 points behind Leeds.
Sheffield United won as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. So just double check that. Is that 15 points behind Leeds?
You are 58 and Leeds are 73.
So
you've got 2
so
games on
15
them
points behind Leeds, and we've got 2 games in hand. So fair enough. 9 points behind Leeds if we win the 2 games in hand, and that's a big fucking question mark at the minute. So it's looking like playoffs, and I mean
because that's back losses.
No, they drew against Wigan.
You've got. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're never going to go. I don't see any way you're finishing lower than 5th.
That's the thing. I think it's a case. I mean, I could say this, and this could spectacularly backfire. But we're looking at a fairly decent bet for the playoffs at this point. It would take quite a lot for Derby, Birmingham, Forest even to overtake us.
Even with 10 games going left now. It's looking a fair bet that you're definitely going to play West Brom in the playoffs.
That's what it's looking like because like the top 3, it's 2 from 3 for me now for the top 2 promotion spots.
It's not United.
However,
one? Sheffield United. I don't mind Leeds United, but if Sheffield United finish 3rd, then I've got to look forward to losing in the playoffs.
No. Bear in mind, if you think about it, if it stays as them 3 until the last weekend of the season. Can you imagine how demoralising it'll be for the team that finishes 3rd to have to go into the playoffs?
People keep quoting this at me though about like, historically, if you sneak into the playoffs, you do really well, and everyone remembers those teams that get 5th or 6th and go up. But when you actually look at the statistics, it normally is 3rd.
Right. So let's look at the table. Yeah, that is true. They have said that they've run the numbers, and it's normally the team finishes 3rd that goes up. So it's about this time of the season where you look at the team that's starting to put a run together. And just looking at the table now,
Wednesday.
It's Chef Wednesday.
I know.
So up until the point where they appointed Bruce,
semi-final of
they'd have to
United
move. They'd have to move it. So at this point now, the Wembley's or Greater London or Middlesex's police force worst nightmare must be a Chef United Chef Wednesday playoff final at 5:15 or whatever it is on a Saturday afternoon or a bank holiday Monday, which is when it's normally played. They'll have to move it.
It's unlikely that they will have a final though, isn't it? It'd be a semi-final.
I don't know because
Wednesday'd have to get up into 5th.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd argue that there's a possibility that Sheffield United finish 3rd, and
to get
Chef Wednesday carry on with such a great run that they end up getting 4th or 5th.
Yeah,
and we drop to 6th
or
whatever.
I don't know where Wednesday come from.
Well, ever since they announced they appointed Bruce.
I just can't accept that Bruce has turned it around.
But I mean, you could even look as far down as say something like a Preston. So I didn't realise that Birmingham had fallen that far. I mean, even Brentford are still in with a shout. They're only 6 points off the playoffs.
Yeah, well, Birmingham, they've been
Swansea. They're only 8 points off. Yeah. So it's not over by any.
I don't think you can really rule out Villa.
Do you know what? I'd argue you can go as far down as Stoke. Fair enough, they're 10 points back.
Yeah, and in some ways, it was only maybe about 3 weeks ago. I was like, QPR are looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I've just said it now. When Stoke are 10 points back, and there's only 30 to play for, so. That's probably unlikely.
And there's a reason why you're down that far down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they've obviously played 36 games. They've only won 10 times this season. Drawn 15. So they along with Rotherham, Villa, Oh, well, then 3 have drawn 15 times.
What you're going to find as well is now, as podcast host, as it were, especially with, we're going to get monthly international breaks. That there's going to be a lot of games happening now.
Yeah, so
like 2 a week, pretty much.
So yeah, you're basically from now until the end of the season, you're pretty much playing Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday.
Plenty to predict, plenty to bet on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, week after next is the next international break, so 23rd. There won't be any games to pick, unless we want to do like guest week, as in I pick the Pools game.
Yes.
And you pick the Doncaster Rovers game.
York City.
Could pick the City game, although I don't know if you can bet that far down.
Well, just incidentally, on the basis of how I finished the podcast last week, where we were talking about Donny and Marcus scoring an own goal, fouled out this week, getting sent off, didn't he?
So
Bad couple of weeks.
So yeah, there's well, I was going to say
that's that.
at the end of it didn't actually turn out to be a rant for that long, but yeah, Tony just absolutely fucked it. He didn't mark it down there.
I was going to say, because I think I didn't mark your other one, so that's actually 2. The big question is, how much money did we win?
Well, considering none of us had Brentford to win 2-1, fuck all.
Yeah.
But
No. How did we do in the predictions here? Because I can't remember what I actually said about that game.
You said 2-1 Borough, didn't you?
I know you both said 1-0.
2-0.
I said 2-0 Borough.
And me and Paul said 1-0.
And Stu
Some of us picked.
Stu went 1 each, didn't he?
Some of us picked the right score. And Stu went 1 each. So for the week, you...
This is a low scoring week.
With a whopping
2
points.
of 1.
Of 1. I,
Got
with
1
an
point.
even bigger 1 point, come second. You and Stu,
Bagel
couple
boys.
of bagels.
Wow.
The fabulous bagel boys.
Can you smell a couple of bagels over there?
We should have known actually though
So-
when we were like, why are the bookies fancying 2 draws rather than 2 wins? You know, we were like,
Do you know
can't
what?
understand.
Given how they were fucking result with, I'd have fucking taken a draw in the Borough game.
Did you say there were 4 games?
Technically, it's 4 games.
There's 2
'cause
games
there's
tomorrow,
2 games tomorrow
and 2 games.
and 2 games on Saturday.
Right. So, but there's only 3. I might be able to get it on 1 page.
Well, there's only 3 of us to pick rather than 4 this weekend.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. So, give me the first one.
So, first game tomorrow,
We'll go yours.
we have Middlesbrough versus Preston.
Resurgent Preston.
Resurgent.
Well, I
Preston.
think they dropped a result this weekend, didn't they?
Actually,
But-
what have they got on this week?
Oh, you know, ever since they got that win over Norwich, they've been going, haven't they?
PNA, they won.
Did they?
Beat
Oh,
Blackburn
right, okay.
away.
Maybe I've just seen them drop down the table because today's results. Like Wednesday have stormed through everyone, haven't they?
Pretty much.
So where's the game at? Is it Riverdance?
Is that the Riverdance?
Yeah.
7:45 kick-off. Live on Sky Sports Football. Behind the red button.
I'm hoping that we're not behind the red button.
Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa. Live on Sky Sport Action.
I think when you've got a 5-5 as the return fixture,
Pretty outrageous, isn't it?
yeah. Obviously, we're going to talk. Oh no, because before we did predictions, we were going to talk about the week in football, but we kind of skipped off at that.
We can cover that as part of
Because that was
it.
about,
Yeah,
you know, like,
it obviously involves that
I think we were
particular
gonna
team.
do that.
Who's going to make a tit of themselves and like from the Forest fans and run over and twat Grealish?
The worst thing about that was the fact that obviously the guy who got on the pitch at the Emirates didn't do anything like the fucking tool who did it at
He
Birmingham.
just ran past
He ran
Smalling,
past Smalling
didn't he?
and tried to
And
go
Smalling
somewhere
didn't
that-
even bat an eye.
didn't even bat
But they
an
were
eye.
saying that like Grealish was probably the same in the moment. That he's like, whatever. I'm in the middle of the game.
The thing with Grealish is that obviously he had no idea because the guy came at him from behind.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm assuming that Smalling probably was able to see him out of his peripheral vision or something.
I'm surprised that Smalling just can go for a trip or something like that. Like, but
Right, Middlesbrough versus Preston James.
oh, me first.
Preston James.
I don't think Paul's going to like it.
You don't know what I'm picking yet.
I think I'm going to go 1-1.
Cheers, James.
So what are you going for?
That was my picking.
I think Preston they're all right, and you obviously
struggling at the minute. Last
Yeah.
2 games, just not got anything going really.
So
Although,
I'm going to take your pick.
60 minutes on Saturday, absolutely cruising. Absolutely.
I'm going to
cruising.
take your little tidbit from earlier, and I'm going to go Hugo.
Yes.
You think that maybe Pulis will make a change?
Well, I think he'll play. Well, I'd forgotten that obviously we're playing Preston, and obviously he was playing for Preston previously, so I reckon he'll play him regardless, because old boy gets his feel out his former team and all that. So.
You're going to have to help me out with some Preston scorers. Okay, shall I refer to
Daniel Johnson, David Johnson? I can't remember. They've got
David Johnson?
They've got a kid who plays for him called Johnson, and I can't remember his first name. He scored on
Sam
Saturday.
Johnson.
Hang on, he scored on Saturday. D. Johnson. Dan. Oh no, that's not.
No,
that.
don't fancy him.
Daniel Johnson.
Don't fancy that one, Andy. I'm not going with that.
Who else have you got? Paul Gallagher. He seems to have been there for all eternity.
Let me have a look.
Let's have a look here. Sean Maguire.
Yeah, he played up front on his own at weekend.
Nemetcha.
I'm going to go for
Jaden Stockley.
Gallagher. That's me done. I'm assuming it's
Andrew?
you next, Andy.
I'm very torn because, I mean, as we know, personal favourite, 2-1.
Of course.
Love a 2-1.
Absolutely, don't we all?
Obviously, Borough didn't have the best of runs, especially the last couple of weeks. A draw, a defeat. I'm almost tempted to go 1-0 Preston.
Do it, man.
But Middlesbrough's working in like that 2 sort of area.
Yeah.
I still look at a draw as a you didn't win. So that to me is 2 you didn't win sort of area. So there's a big part of me that wants to go with the 1-1. There's a big part of me that wants to go with the 2-1, and there's a big part of me that wants to.
This is
go
going
with
to be really boring if we'll go 1-1. Not that I want to sway you, Andy.
I have that feeling that if I go 1-0 to Preston, it's definitely going to be a 2-1 Borough.
Right.
I've got to think about the pennies as well. Got to think about those pennies.
Absolutely.
I've written it down.
Okay.
I've gone 2-1.
Okay.
My reasoning is that I fancy them to come back this week on form.
Let's put it this way. It's the sort of game that's got bounce back Borough win written all over it.
But it wouldn't surprise me if going into the second half they were 1-0 down.
Yeah. Who's going to get that Preston goal?
Preston, no freaking idea. Who was this Johnson kid? Let's go with Johnson.
He's the guy who scored their last goal. So
Johnson.
Oh, excuse me.
Again, I keep going, I can't put that down even though I want to put it down, but I can't put it down.
Why can't you?
So I've put it down. So my scorers, wing, I think Fletcher's going to have another one.
You won't find me arguing with that.
I think. So there we go. So look for a 2-0 Preston. Paul Williams.
Dulles Dishwater. Middlesbrough 0, Preston 0.
Wow.
Really?
I think he's just going to go back to basics, just build from the back, don't concede, boring as fuck, try and sneak a goal, win it 1-0, but yeah, we just struggle to break teams
Put a
down.
throw-in on someone's head.
Yeah. Seriously, that's what it boils down to. Get a throw in, get shot to just launch it into the box and hope it hits someone's fucking bell end and goes in. Yeah.
Can I make that joke? Like, is Brick going to be on the field though?
Just boring, yeah.
Have I ever told you the story of the day I was with Paul when Borough got beat? It'll go down.
He's been with me when Borough been beat.
Yeah, but not back in the day.
Oh yeah, I don't care as much as I did back then.
Oh,
But I think I was cushioned a lot by the fact we had copious amounts of beer to sort out.
And you can't get too upset that at least
we must have had a good close to double figures that day. I think by the time it was all said and done, after we'd been back and then gone to.
I remember. I know this is getting very crumpled. We'd called off at Tesco's to bring some round to Sam's because you were all going to be there, right? And he's got a load of beers, and then he's thought in his head, "Tell you what, that I need just to spread out these beers. I'm just going to get a pack of cider to go in between these beers." And I think we must have got to Sam's, and out of all these four cider he's walked up with, he's like, "Got any Pepsi?"
well, I was just about to say, was that not the day that you literally had like 2 of something and went, I can't drink anymore?
No, was that not? That was a different day, wasn't it? That was a day then me and you ended up going to Waitrose and bought the dog pack.
Oh yeah,
the 12-pack of Brewdog, and I think we had one each, and then was like,
you were like,
I've had a couple of those.
Was that the day we'd met at Brew York? I think it was. I think it was the day we'd met at Brew York. We'd had a few. We'd had the crunchy stuff.
Oh, and I absolutely was.
And you were like, do you know what, lads? I'm going to drive across. I'm not going to drink too much.
I'd literally been there 10 minutes, and I was like,
Mum,
I'm just going to see if I can get
I'm leaving the car. Can you bring me back in the morning? You can. Brilliant. See ya. Barkeep. 17 more pints, please.
Was that when I turned up? I was like, I presume you'll be needing a lift. I didn't want to presume, but yes, please. Because at this point, I'm like, you've already had too much to drink.
No. Well, at that point I had, but I think I was like 1/3 in before I decided, yeah, the car's staying in York.
It wasn't a hard decision for him to make. Let's put it that way.
Let's talk what I presume is Forest football.
I actually to put a caveat on my 0-0 pick. It does mean I can't put my bet on yet because I need to wait for the goal scorer odds to go. Because I'm going to back no goal scorer rather than the correct score. Because if I back 0-0 correct score and it's an own goal, either way, and one of the teams wins 1-0, if I've backed no goal scorer, I'll still win the bet.
Still get it. Right. Okay, well. Okay.
You know you bet.
I presume we're talking Forest football.
So until Shotton gets another own goal.
Fuck off. Don't. If he scores 2 own goals in 2 weeks, I'm going to have to kill myself.
I've just been looking up who I think.
Don't be saying that.
I just have no
It's not yet. So it's Forest Villa. I'm obviously going to go last. What I will tell you is in the other fixture that they've already played this year.
This was outrageous.
It was 5-5.
And the goal scorers were. Is that the one with Abraham got a hat trick?
I think he might have even got 4.
Oh yeah, maybe. Fucking outrageous.
Jeez.
I'll look it up for you.
Paul Williams.
It's a tough one, this one, because they're both around the same area. In fact, I'll have a quick look at the old league table.
I think we're 8th and Villa's maybe 10th.
So yeah, Forest are 8th, Villa 10th. 2 points separating them.
Ooh.
There's going to be a lot of games happening at this time of year that are like that though now. It's like when me and Stu were going up against each other last week.
It's very bunched up.
We were on goal difference at that point.
Yeah. I'll go 2-2. I know I picked that for Forest Hull and it didn't fucking work out.
No, but I think you've stolen what I was thinking.
You might have stolen what I was thinking.
Excellent. Forest, I backed him last week and I'm going to do it again. Ben Luan. Just flip your page over to see how you spell that.
And?
I'll I don't think I've ever actually picked him on this, so I'll go Lolly.
Yeah, incidentally, Abrams scored the first 4 goals
Jesus Christ.
last time, yeah.
And for Aston Villa.
Tammy Abraham.
You can't see past him, can you? I was thinking about maybe he's Grealish, but...
And...
Scored last 2 weekends running around.
I'll go Albert Adoma. Ex-Borough. Fucking legend. Wish we had him back.
Oh, I'll tell you what, look at the goal scorers for Forest. He's not going to know what to pick here, is he? They're all in there.
Who got the 5th?
He's grabbing this. Yeah, grab him. If only Osborne
That's
had
like
got
Gul
one.
Diaz.
Yeah.
Did he score as well?
No, he got subbed.
Oh.
So Heffel.
Heffler, is he still there?
Injured.
Michael Heffler.
I think he ended up. Did he end up colliding with a post or getting it? Was it a post?
Oh my god, he
was
got
in
the old Phil Babb, did he?
It was in the Leeds game at New Year.
Oh dear.
He was off after about 5 minutes.
Heffler? Has he been half decent?
Yeah, so that was the time when obviously I didn't know about the superstar pairing of Benalovan and Milosevic. What a pairing! Yeah, I only found out. Not even Serbian, is he? Milosevic, Swedish.
Of course he is. Fucking Swedish.
At that time, we were playing because Dawson's already out. Figueiredo's out at that point. We're playing Heffel and Jakob.
How do you go Jakob at centre half? Oh my god!
Heffel's got injured, so we're thinking who's going to play.
Grab and
then out of nowhere they're like,
I've got this.
Out of nowhere they're like, Danny Fox, gone. What are you doing with all these defenders?
Right, you know how like sometimes centre halves get thrown on the centre forwards if there's like if it's like fucking hell, lads, we've got nothing else.
It's not happening with Fox.
Do you reckon it's the opposite way around in that if you're in an absolute pinch, a centre forward could slot in at centre half for you?
Yeah, down Dublin.
He's a bit. I mean, I know that Chris Sutton apparently played centre half a couple of times. The only
he started at Norwich. He absolutely started off.
Right, okay.
Back and then moved into that role.
So the only other one I can think off the top of my head was when Arsenal signed Kolo Touré. They signed him as a striker.
No way, really?
I'm almost convinced. Carry on talking.
I've recently heard the company as a.
Well, company was signed as a holding midfielder.
Holding midfield, yeah.
Or like he was on Champ Manager, he was always DMC.
But Dublin, for Cambridge and United, was just an out-and-out striker.
Yeah.
And moved into defence at Coventry, didn't he, later on?
Yeah. Well, he was, towards the end of his career when he was at Norwich, I think he was playing centre-half. And then he went to Celtic, and I think he played a few games at centre-half there. Oh, Kolo Abib Touré.
I don't know any Villa players.
Yeah, you do.
So you want to talk about one?
I do want to talk about one.
So why don't you put him down? He scored the last 2 weeks running. Grealish. And I mean, it's not right good for the actual predictions or anything because I'm probably going to go for a combination of what used to have gone.
I've doubled down on my prediction. I've gone 2-1 Forest.
Oh, very good. I'm happy.
Osborne and Cash.
Right. I don't want to be held responsible.
That they're not playing.
Well, no, Osborne plays pretty much. Although last week they moved Osborne into like left back rather than his usual attacking midfield. Because Robinson was injured. But Robinson was suspended, sorry. So Robinson will be back left back, so chances are Osborne will move a bit further forward and probably score.
Is Cash still...
Cash apparently is trained.
MIA?
What are you looking at now?
Just...
Cash,
this is on Kolo Touré's Wikipedia page. Just read that bottom bit there with his personal life section.
While at Man City?
Read it out.
While at Man City, Touré had a 2-year-long extramarital affair with 22-year-old student pretending to be a car salesman called Francois.
What the fuck? No, obviously this is Wikipedia, so someone could have gone on it.
So he's like a full-on famous footballer. Like, whereas any other car salesman called Francois is like I'm definitely Premier League footballer. I'm definitely a Premier League footballer, honest. He's pretending
to be a car salesman. Absolutely amazing. Oh, brilliant. And turns out I was incorrect. It does say that he was initially regarded as a utility player. He started his Arsenal career as a defensive midfielder as well as in right back. I was convinced he played a couple of games up front from them, but
I don't know.
Never mind.
Come on then.
So what did you go? You went 2-2.
I went 2 each.
2-1. I was kind of feeling 2-2 but I don't really want to go the same as you.
Well, me and him both went 1-0 Borough last week.
And then I would have resorted to 2-1. But I think I might just have to go the other way.
1 each.
No. I might
2-1 Villa.
I might go 3-2 Forest.
Oh, here we go.
And your scores are?
As I say, disappointing. Well, I'll go for Villa ones first.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I'll go for Abraham and Grealish.
Boo.
For Forest, I'm gonna go with Matty Cash.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I
wonder where you got that idea.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with Lolly again. And do you know? I just don't know whether Graham's going to play or not.
Turns out I can put the Borough one on.
All right.
Because it's tomorrow.
It is.
Third goal.
Cash for 2, you reckon? Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of like edging bets because if Cash doesn't play, chances are Yates will play, so I'll go Yates. I don't really like doing that. I don't know what you feel about that. When you're you've picked one, and then the other pick can only happen if the first one doesn't happen.
Well, this is the thing.
So, the third prediction. There are more games.
Well, let's do the odds for this first.
Oh, we're doing the bets.
Because they're tomorrow night's games, and the next two are going to be Saturday's games.
Go.
So, I've put mine in, so I've gone for the no goal scorer in the Middlesbrough versus Preston game at 11-2.
Okay.
And a draw 2-2. Nottingham Forest Villa at 12-1.
Okay.
So for my pound, my return will be £83.50.
All right.
£84.50 with the old
stake.
With the old stake.
I'm not sure what mine's going to be.
Right, James, what was your correct score? 3-2 Forest.
Yes.
Holy balls.
Well, I don't think it's as if that 5-all wasn't there. I think it'd be longer.
That alone was 33.
Yeah. And for Borough,
did you go 0-1?
1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
A lot of draws.
This is going to be going long, this one, isn't it?
1-1 at Borough, 5-1. Wow, that's tempered your odds. Oh my. So, Nottingham Forest 3-2 is 33-1. Draw 1-1 for Borough Preston 5-1.
160.
Giving James odds of 203-1.
Really?
For his pound.
Okay. Double down.
Finally, Andrew.
Double down on 2-1 for me, please.
So Middlesbrough Preston, 2-1 Borough. And have you also gone 2-1 Forest?
He loves 2-1, doesn't he?
Who doesn't?
Don't like a clean sheet.
Ew. 2-1 Forest.
I'm quite pleased that none of us have picked Forest to lose.
Well, so Middlesbrough 2-1, 17-2. Nottingham Forest 2-1, 9-1. Giving you odds, Andrew, of 94-1.
Why am I always the one that picks the outrageous result?
Because you're a clown.
Right.
You're a clown!
Go.
Right, the next games are as follows.
They're both 3 o'clocks.
Both 3 o'clocks. We are away at Aston Villa. Oh dear.
Okay. So now this is good though, because then you don't have to think of loads of extra scorers.
Ooh,
Okay.
Just a quick shout out to the early kick-off on Saturday. Leeds United versus Sheffield United. Huge game. huge game.
I know.
And the other...
You could argue that whoever loses that might have to settle for the playoffs.
No, I think Leeds can take a loss and still be alright.
United will be above them, though. Sheffield United will move above them with that. Because I think they're only 2 points behind them.
Is it that close?
I think so. So Aston Villa, 3 p.m. at home to Middlesbrough. You can have a first crack at that one.
So,
So,
basically, I've been working on the principle that at some point I am going to have to resign myself to putting Middlesbrough down for a loss.
you almost did it tonight.
I almost did it tonight.
You are doing it tonight.
I am doing it tonight. So, unfortunately,
Is it Villa Park?
because it'll be away for the Borough, and because Villa are going to lose to Forest, it's going to be 1-0 Villa.
Goal scored by
It's like we're going to whip them up into air.
friends.
And the frenzy ready for you guys.
Grealish.
That fucking prick with his stupid floppy hair.
Someone should go
James.
punch him.
Somebody should run on the pitch and give him a good.
Oh, what a complete bellend. And the guy who attacked him is not.
Go.
Oh,
It's definitely you to pick.
oh God. I'm gonna go with a bit of hope and go Middlesbrough 1-0, just because I could do with Villa. Mind you, if we beat Villa, it kind of moves us
Gives you a
far
bit
enough
of a
away,
cushion.
really. Anyway, but
Your goal scorer.
for Borough,
It's your boy, innit? Gotta be. Getting back to back.
what you reckon he will again? No,
Gotta be, innit?
no, because I think he's in for that game. You're gonna win. Oh, well, there's a draw.
Bear in mind, it's away, so Pulis will obviously set him up in a very, very defensive. If it was possible for him to play a flat back six, I think he would.
Does he ever play Britt up top on his own?
Yeah, loads.
Oh, I didn't know if Britt was only really getting in the team when he was playing the 3.
Well, I mean, he's done it. He's done it before. I mean, it wasn't his preferred choice. Obviously, if he was going to play a lone striker, it would be Hugo, because it's the sort of guy. Because he's taller, you can knock it into him and he'll hold it up and play
Maybe
off.
this is my chance for Gestad.
He used to play for Villa.
Old,
I'm almost certain he's not been in the matchday squad for the past 6 weeks.
So now's his time to come out and score.
I'll go for Britt.
do.
Yeah.
So, Andy, not optimistic at all. You, slightly optimistic. Get ready for this. Aston Villa 0, Middlesbrough 3.
Really?
They fucked us at the Riverside earlier in the season. Fucking payback time. Plus, they're away from home and they seem to be playing better away than they are at home at the minute. I honestly think that Pulis will just say to them, do you know what, lads? We need this. We need to start getting results. Because they'll be saying,
Do you
like...
think he's got that rousing team talk in him?
I reckon he does. Yeah.
Give him a lot of stick tonight.
Oh, I have given him a stick, and I think perfectly justifiably, given how you can't deny the fact that the substitutions he made on Saturday lost us the game. I don't think you can deny that. Messing around with the system affected the players so badly that they conceded twice in the space of 10 minutes. Yeah, I reckon he's going to whip them into right, come on lads. The top two's still achievable. All we need to do is, if we win all our games, really put the pressure on, and we'll see where we are at the end of the season. Let's start with a win tonight, or a win this afternoon. They basically gave us a reach around, and not in a fucking good way, at the Riverside. Let's basically donkey punch them.
I think you need to send in these tapes to the Villa dressing room.
Fuck the Villa dressing room. And,
No, the Middlesbrough dressing room.
Do you know what? I'm going to go the goal scorers to be first goal, own goal, Jack Grealish.
No, you're not.
Write it down. If that comes in, I want 2 points for that.
You can have 5. If
Ooh,
that comes
you
in.
heard that? I can have 5.
Not
This
five
guy-
my fucking bites,
This
yeah.
fucking guy. Wing.
He's going to say friend.
Stuart Downing,
Ooh.
Throwing her down.
the old man. Comes back to one.
I know.
Right.
You love a returning goal scorer.
I do.
don't you?
I do love an X getting one over, just giving it all that.
Obviously, he'll be scoring the second half goal.
Yeah. So that obviously he won't score that goal before.
Start racking them bets up. Who are Forest playing?
Ipswich.
Oh Jesus!
Go on, Paul. Forest 9, Ipswich -1.
Ipswich 0, Forest 4.
I was going to go 3.
I think Forest have got a pan in him somewhere, because if they can put 3 past Hull, who were decent, Ipswich. I mean, so saying that though, Ipswich have held 2 fairly decent teams in the last couple of days.
And
West Brom, the old. I'm sure I just saw the games tonight.
Today.
They've held someone tonight.
Bristol
haven't they?
City.
Yeah,
Done us a favour again.
yeah. So in
Yeah.
theory, Ipswich are actually playing quite well at the minute, until the Saturday when they get absolutely pummeled by Nottingham Forest. Scorers, oh God. Let's have a look. Oh, balls, I've selected the wrong game. Carvalho. I think he's
fallen into that trap.
Oh, he's in the zone.
Yeah.
Scored like this, yeah.
Lolly,
Yeah.
and then a brace from Benelux. No, I can't put Benelux on to score twice.
No, after you've gone
I'll
through Grealish
go
goals.
Graben to score twice.
Oh, do you know what? You've almost taken away where I was going to go there.
Tell you something,
I've gone-
my odds are going to be ginormous
I've
for a
gone-
3-0 and a 4-0 away win.
I've gone 2-0. Lolly and Grabham score.
Right.
James.
Do you know what's just occurred to me? If we open his book,
Uh-huh.
every time he writes Graben,
Yeah.
is he writing it out Jade spelled her name?
Yes.
No, it's not Grabham.
It's Graban.
Graban.
I'm the only one that needs to know what it is.
I know, it just occurred to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3-0.
Lads, you are going to absolutely love
To
the
Forest,
odds, the
obviously.
odds for mine.
I'm going to go for Lolly,
Yeah.
Graben,
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
and
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think Cash will play. We'll go with Osborne. So I'm working on the basis that Cash will come back tomorrow night, and Graben's he's back on.
So have
Saturday.
you got yours already?
So, Middlesbrough to win 3-0 is 40-1. Nottingham Forest to win 4-0 is 50-1. So my combined double is 2,090-1. Tempted you should put 50p on. Oh no, I put £2 on it by accident. Didn't want to do that.
Good lad.
Why?
It's not fucking happening, is it?
Yeah, but when it comes in,
When
If it
Borough win
is.
4-0 and Notts Forest win 3-0, it's going to fucking kill me, that.
James's odds.
it's happening.
What did you say?
For the Borough game,
For the Forest game? 0-3.
3-0.
That's only 18s.
Yeah.
Soz, mate.
So we're going from 18 to 50
yeah.
for one
That
goal.
extra goal is worth 32 times. And you said 0-1 for the Borough?
Yes. I think they're both reasonable results.
They are reasonable results, as is reflected by the odds, technically. So Nottingham Forest to win 3-0, 18s. Borough to win 1-0, 8-1. Return, a respectable double of 170-1.
That's still quite long.
Yeah, but it's because you've gone like teams winning 3-0 away from home don't happen that often. Right, you big man. You said 1-0 Villa.
1-0 Villa
6-1.
and 2-0 Forest.
What's 2s then? If it's 50 at 4, 3 is 18. What's 2?
17-2. So yeah, 1-0 Villa, 6-1, 2-0 Forest at 17-2. Gives Andy the most respectable of the lot. A double of 65.5-1. The bets, ladies and gentlemen, are set.
That's the one, kids.
Brill.
So we could have money in our poche as early
Not
as
that I'm
tomorrow
going to.
evening at about 10 o'clock.
Not that I'm going to put a prediction in,
Mm-hmm.
but I am interested. Just in what Hull are doing for the next 2 nights now.
Interesting.
So, obviously, I didn't have any wrestling to research this week, so I know. I mean,
Tough.
it's already been mentioned and stuff, but I like to feel like I'm part of it. So, obviously, we need to discuss what happened in the Villa game. As I said early doors, this is considered old news now because the guy
14 weeks prison.
Yeah, 14 weeks in prison.
Really?
£100 was a fine. And then there was like 2 other things. Oh, he's been banned.
He'll be banned for life
10 years.
from all football grounds.
What a lot of the pundits and people within
He's
the
been banned
industry.
for 10 years for something, and then he's been banned for life for something else.
He should be banned for life from all Birmingham-based football. To be honest,
So it might
He
be
should
he
be
should
banned
be banned.
for
He should be
football,
banned for life from all English-based.
it
What-
might be
what a
his
lot of-
own club for life, and then all football for 10 years or
Well,
something.
whatever. A lot of the football industry people are calling for like massive fines
Oh yeah.
and points deductions or whatever for the actual club. They were like, the club is the only
Yeah.
one that can control this.
Yeah.
Because you
Well,
can't. The
it's-
only other solution is basically you're just going to put like literally like 500 police officers in every game.
So
And that's not possible.
It boils down to it. It's a lack of stewarding.
Yeah.
Because in
But
theory,
that's on the clubs.
that is on the
to,
club.
to sort.
And
out.
obviously, what's happened is he's obviously got out of his seat. He's
Go
been able
through
to
what
get.
actually happened.
So he's been able to get out of his seat,
So,
go down the gangway,
a supporter
get
from-
over. So a supporter from Birmingham City
Right.
has got out of his seat.
Yeah.
He's gone down a gangway
Yeah.
to the front of the stand.
Mm.
He's got over the advertising hoarding.
Yep.
He's then got over potentially a second set of advertising hoardings.
Can't really do anything until he goes over those advertising orders, though. Going down a gangway or whatever, he
Well, I
could be
don't know.
going
You
anywhere.
know, if you can, if he's getting close enough to the advertising hoardings, you can spring
Someone
into
should
action.
be there and be like,
Yeah.
just step back a little bit.
And then obviously he's managed to get that far onto the pitch, so he's in the penalty area, and he's basically just gone at a guy from behind and absolutely tried to lamp him, but obviously because I'm assuming he's probably had a couple of beers at this point.
He's caught him with wrist or something.
He sort of like
He's
slapped him
yeah.
round the head, but obviously if he'd have connected, he could have really hurt him. He could have.
Well, I think the
could have
concern
really
is
damaged
though that he could have run the.
He could have had a
weapon.
knife.
Could have
Yeah,
had a knife,
exactly.
could have had anything. Could have had
Yeah.
a brick for it.
Yeah.
But it comes down to the a lot of people saying that the clubs need to. There needs to be like fines or penalties on the club.
Yeah,
And it's up to them to be controlling that.
needs to be more serious.
And that's not
sanctions.
just for the Grealish things. It happened, was it 4 times over 3 days this weekend?
So there was. It even goes back a couple of weeks. There was stuff in Scotland where a guy who plays for Rangers called James Tavernier, he got something similar to him at a Kilmarnock game. I think some fan just basically squared up to him. Or some, I've not seen it, but I've read about it and something like that. And that wasn't as bad as this, but it was still, a fan totally crossing the line. And it's just happening far too often. And like people are getting on the pitch far too often as well, and it's just
Well, the what they were talking about on Match Day, I think it was Phil Neville was on it. And him and was it maybe Shearer was saying, look, it's kind of wrong, but you're going to have to accept that you're going to take some abuse from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like verbal abuse.
that's part of
And-
it.
Verbal abuse is one thing. Physical abuse is something.
Yeah. So but they were saying that the verbal stuff. I mean, not even like the racism and stuff shouldn't be in there, but it is.
Oh yeah, but the
And
verbal.
he's saying that when people start getting onto the pitch, you're worried for like the
Oh yeah,
safety of the
big
player.
time.
But
The thing
what he was really concerned about is the snap decision might be to bring back fences. Right?
That's
that is
an absolute nightmare if that comes in.
Because then you're looking at what
Safety
happened
concerns
30
and
years
stuff like
ago.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Absolute. So you can't do that. But I mean, you still have fences in other countries.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's just ours doesn't have that.
So I'm trying to think of
But
like
that's where you don't want to
So
be.
I've only ever been to watch one game of football abroad, and it was when I went to Berlin on a stag do. So obviously Hertha Berlin play in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin, which holds like 80,000 people. And obviously because it's an Olympic Stadium, it's got the running track that runs around the pitch.
Yeah.
And then it's a really weird sort of setup because it's got where the stands are.
I mean, they're not filling the stadium, right?
No, I think that when we went there was maybe 30,000, 40,000 max there. And they've got this, between the gap between the stand and the running track, there's like a section where it drops off. So there's the gap between the stand and the running track, and then there's the running track to the pitch. So you've got this gap that you can't really get across to get onto the pitch. Now I'm not saying that's what you have to, that should be coming across the board, because obviously the argument when West Ham moved into the Olympic Stadium was that fans are going to be so far away from the pitch they're going to lose the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the idea of, because obviously West Ham's old ground, they were pretty much right on top of the players.
Well, not because of running track, but you look at what they did with
the Etihad.
No, I was going to go for Stadio degli Alpi, Juventus ground.
I've not seen that since it's been changed.
That was built as a massive stadium for Italian 90.
Right, okay.
And then they made a conscious effort to reduce the size of the ground because they weren't filling it, and it was deemed to be a shit atmosphere. So they brought it a lot closer, didn't they?
Right,
and
okay.
made it a smaller stadium by design. But I don't think that had a running track, but I think it was just made big for a big event.
Well, if we do go back to the Man City one, so obviously when the City of Manchester Stadium was open, that was for the Commonwealth Games in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they said after the Commonwealth Games were over, Man City obviously moved into that stadium. And I'm sure they said that they dropped the floor down so they could fit another ring of seating in to then get it closer to the pitch.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, and then obviously since then they've built on top of it as well. Isn't it weird to think that obviously now how much money Man City have got, and they've basically got that stadium for nothing, because obviously it was built for by obviously the taxpayers of Manchester, because it was part of the Commonwealth Games bid.
And then to add on to that, they got the massive stadium sponsorship.
Stadium naming rights, because obviously the naming rights for that stadium were going for just probably the going rate at the time. So I think, you know, maybe
500 mil or something.
Well, let's look at it, because obviously Arsenal's Emirates Stadium, I think they'd paid something like 100 million or something like that to name it for however long moving forward. So obviously you'd think, yeah, Man City probably get about the same amount of money. No, we valued that naming rights at £450 million. Right, okay, so that just goes in as pure profit into the books, yeah? Yeah, it does, yeah. What was our operating losses last year? About 750 million or something like that. Right, so if we pay that, should we do a little bit of careful bookkeeping? That keeps us under the financial fair play rules, yeah? Yeah, it does, yeah.
I mean, and I suppose the difference with the
Are
Arsenal
you
one is
suggesting that
there's X number of people that own Arsenal, Kroenke and the crew or whatever, and Emirates sponsors it.
And they
Fair
bought, and they paid money to be a sponsor.
Yeah. Whereas
Etihad Airways, the company is headed by the guy who
owns the club.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, sorry, forgot about that.
So you're just like, yeah, laundered.
But
Is laundered the right word?
But it's absolutely not dodgy. Definitely not dodgy.
you're going to have to add a "in your opinion" on that one, I think. In your opinion, you think that there could be.
Oh well, no. I mean, I'm not suggesting money laundering. What I mean is, yeah, it's just not.
Smells a bit fishy, shall we say?
Let me ask you gentlemen one question.
Do you think when the Sports Direct Arena was named, do you think 450 million went into that club?
Well, no, that 450 million clearly went straight into Senor
You
Ashley.
mean the power drinkers?
Sir Mike Ashley.
What?
Knighted for his services to top level banter in the northeast. Seriously.
Does he still turn up to ground? Like,
I think
to the games bare-chested?
No, I don't think he ever. No, he never turned up to games bare-chested, but he always used to sit wearing a Newcastle shirt.
Oh, and he used to sit in with the fans, didn't he?
And then that stopped after about 5 minutes because they all thought he was a fucking fat. They thought he was a fat. I keep saying I don't want to say scouse. Fat Cockney bastard.
It was all funny with Mike Ashley when it came out about how he was conducting like high-powered business deals down the pub, and then when he said do something and some guy had gone and done something, he was trying to. I never told him to do that. How do you know you didn't? He goes, well, I can't be accountable for what I've been doing when I've been power drinking. Oh, he's a power drinker.
Oh, so there was loads of rumours doing the rounds. So there was a rumour doing the rounds that he wanted to sack Pardew when so this is back when Alan Pardew was the manager
on his 8-year contract,
and he had a 10-year
was
contract.
it 10 years? Was it?
So there was something that came out that his 10-year contract, or maybe it was 8, but his 8-year contract only ran out.
Which is massive because it's normally like a 3-year deal.
Yeah, you normally say like maximum like 3. Sometimes you get a 5-year deal.
And outside of what, like Wenger, Ferguson, Moyes, who stays at a club like
exactly.
1, 2 or 3 years?
So he got given this 8-year contract, which I'm pretty sure they actually worked out was still in force up until like June of last year. So he was probably still getting paid by Newcastle unless they gave him all of his money as severance. But there was a rumour doing the rounds that he didn't actually want him at the club because he was like obviously not getting the results and stuff like that. But he couldn't sack him because apparently he had loads of poker debts to Ashley. And obviously he had to pay him off, but he was paying him off by garnishing his wages whenever he was paying him. So like he's got him there employed. He's like, oh god, he's crippling the club like sort of on the pitch and stuff. But I can't sack him because I want my fucking money out of him or something like that. That was obviously like that's just a rumour that was doing the rounds. So chances are it's probably complete bullshit. But I just anything that makes that club even more of a laughing stock is just funny as fuck. Seriously.
I can't remember what the power drinking thing came out as. It was what was it? He was trying to. I think he was. Wasn't he trying to get some financial advisor or stockbroker or someone to basically? It was some kind of like tipping off in the market or something, or he was getting. He was suggesting to this guy that he started like getting a run on a certain stock or something or like that. Like it was well shady stuff. I can't remember what it was.
You do
probably like it, but yeah. Then it got out to the stage where it all come out because this guy was like, "Yeah, he's been trying to get me to. He paid me loads of money to do this." And I said, "No, I didn't." He's like, "No, you did. We did it at the pub. You know, like when we were working." And he's like, "Yeah, well, when I go into the pub and I start my power drinking." It's just that's apparently our phrase.
Telling you, when the next time we manage to get Matt on for a podcast, I'll get him to relay the story of when the guy rung up and asked when the team was going to be parading the Intertoto Cup trophy.
What?
Seriously, legitimate story.
Oh, we're on to quiz time now.
So, I can offer you 20 of the finest questions.
Brilliant. Are they all about Nottingham Forest?
No. There does seem to be a lot of World Cup.
Interesting.
And it is entitled a 2018
World Cup.
Quiz. But it's not a World Cup quiz.
Okay.
There just seems to be
an awful
good
lot of
few.
Well, I mean, it was the dominating sporting event.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of which, question number
which
one.
nation won the
Before we get started, usual rules apply, and those rules are
play along at home.
Play along at home.
What's the date?
Send us your score, especially if you manage to beat Paul.
12.
Still waiting for somebody to come up with a good.
Oh, the date's actually the 13th now.
The stats mistress provided this at 8:31 this morning, so on the body. And she.
So exactly 15 and a half hours ago. I'm just timestamping that it is now the next day.
It's the next day. So nobody can be held responsible. I don't think there's any.
Did you inadvertently just say no one can be held irresponsible?
Probably. It's just a quiz. And if some of it's wrong, it's not.
It's
basically
wrong.
it's not.
I love him like
If it's wrong,
it's just a quiz. No. It's not just a quiz.
They'll never just be a quiz.
So question 1. Against which team did Frenchman Benjamin Pavard
Oh, fuck.
score one of the goals of the tournament with a swerving strike at the 2018 World Cup?
Do you know, I remember that one. Why do you have to show the
He's off
camera?
already.
Is there no options on any of these?
No, these are.
Holy
give
shit
me the
balls.
answer.
Let me just have a second to think who bloody France played.
I really hope that's right. No, I'm like a right tit.
I was in the pub with James for this one. I'm fairly sure I was.
Was it when we were in? Was it the back end of the World Cup? Because if it was the
You weren't there. You were in there when we watched
the Russian
the
game.
Russia game. When Russia beat Spain?
At this point, I'm going to find out it was 20 questions.
Yeah,
So,
sorry.
I'm probably gonna.
Go on then.
Speed you along.
I'm gonna
I
probably
can't
start.
I can't remember. Go on then.
Question number 2. Egyptian striker Mo Salah joined Liverpool from which Italian club?
Next.
Number 3. Which Argentinian defender scored the winning goal for Manchester City in the December 2017 2-1 victory in the Manchester Derby at Old Trafford? Question number 4. Which club ended a 10-year stint in the Premier League following relegation at the end of the 2017-18 season?
10-year stint.
Question number 5. This is multiple choice. At the 2018 World Cup, Felipe Baloy.
Huh?
Baloy?
Spell his name?
Felipe.
No, just his surname.
Baloy.
Oh, okay.
Scored his nation's first World Cup finals goal. Which team did he represent? Was it Panama, Chile, or Guatemala?
Annoyingly, I'd already written that down.
That's you.
Oh, another one for you. True or false is question 6. Senegal were eliminated from the 2018 World Cup because of fair play. True or false? Question 7. Which Argentinian coach replaced Claude
Puel.
Yeah, as manager of Southampton in June 2017?
Oh, yeah.
Question number 8. Which Premier League striker scored 3 separate hat-tricks during the 2017-18 season against Watford, Newcastle United and Leicester City?
Sorry, I totally missed the start of that.
Which Premier League striker scored 3 separate hat-tricks during the 2017-18 season against Watford, Newcastle United and Leicester City? Number 9. In 2018, Cedric Bakambu left Spanish side Villarreal to join which club in a £65 million deal?
Right, no chance. Because he's come up in a quiz before.
I remember
didn't hear his name.
I remember thinking that one and thinking at the time when that happened, I was like, "Why is someone moving for £65 million I've never heard of?" And what club did he move to? I think it's that.
I mean, I'm literally just guessing.
Question 10. Who was Paul Merson talking about when he said, "I could win the league with Olympiacos"?
Olympiacos.
They've won it 107 times and it's only been going 106 years. Why has it always got to be a foreign manager Why does he know about the... Oh, what does he know about the Premier League?
I don't know as I understand that question. What?
Who was Paul Merson talking about when he said, I could win the league with Olympiacos?
So you win. I could win the league with Olympiacos.
They've won it 107 times and it's only been going 106 years. Why has it always got to be a foreign manager? What does he know about the Premier League? Who was he talking about when he said those things?
Ooh.
Oh. So, I think you're going to struggle with question 11.
Oh dear.
What was the name of the Sutton United goalkeeping coach
Oh crap.
fined for eating a pie during his side's game
This
I always
before.
forget his
with
name.
Arsenal? Might need some vetting in the future.
Ball sacks.
Question 12. Which club won the 2017 UEFA Super Cup? Question 13. How many FA Cup winners' medals did Ryan Giggs collect as a Manchester United player? Was it 2, 3 or 4?
What cup?
FA.
FA Cup winners' medals.
The fact.
Gigs.
Yeah, I thought it'd have been higher. If I
2, 3 or 4.
Question 14. Which football
Oh, wasn't that 40? Oh no, I just haven't written 13.
Which football club are known as the Cottagers? I mean, that's just... I mean, really?
I believe they were named before that became a
I
specific term.
would maybe suggest a name change if I was there. Question 15. Joe Bradford is the all-time leading goal scorer for which England Football League club?
And the options are...
Is it?
He won 12 England caps between 1923 and 1930. That's like 2 questions, because they both got question marks after them. But
So this is number 15, right?
Oh my god.
I think all of those historic clubs
That's
have
what
all
I'm
got
thinking.
iconic players already that I've heard of.
question 16 is multiple choice, and that question is: who played the pass to Michael Owen as he scored his memorable goal against Argentina in the 1998 World Cup? Was it A. Paul Ince, B. David Beckham, C. Darren Anderton?
Before he gave the options, I thought of someone, and that name came out.
Question 17. Which Bulgarian striker has 5 Premier League hat-tricks, the last of which came in December 2011? It's a long time ago. Question 18. Who is the youngest player to win a senior cap for Scotland in the 21st century? Was it A. Kieran Tierney, B. Scott Brown, or C. Gareth Williams? Question 19. Who famously said, "Please don't call me arrogant, because what I'm saying is true. I'm European champion, so I'm not one of the bottle." I'm not one. No, I'm not.
That's
one
right.
of, no, I'm not one of the bottle. I think I'm a special one.
It's tough, that one.
And the final question, which is number 20. As a player, Claude Powell
Claude Powell.
made 488 senior appearances for which French club? Was it A. Paris Saint-Germain, B. Lille, or C. Monaco? Do you need anything repeated?
Yes.
Go on.
Number 10.
Number 10. Who was Paul Merson talking about when he said,
Oh, yeah.
I could win the league with Olympiacos? They've won it 107 times and it's only been going 106 years. Why has it always got to be a foreign manager? What does he know about the Premier League?
Right, also need number 4.
Which club ended a 10-year stint in the Premier League following relegation at the end of the 2017-2018 season?
Oh, I misheard that. I thought we were going the season before.
Are we done?
And number 1.
Against which team did Frenchman Benjamin Pavard
Oh yeah, this one, bloody hell.
score one of the goals of the tournament with a swerving strike at the
It was.
2018?
I know,
It
remember
was,
the goal.
it was an outrageous goal, to be fair.
Outside the right boot.
So let's find out. Question 1 is that, and the answer is,
I don't know.
I think it was Argentina.
you think correct.
It was in the round of 16.
Number 2, Egyptian striker Mo Salah joined Liverpool from which Italian club?
Roma.
Roma. 3, which Argentinian defender scored the winning goal for Manchester City in the December 2017 2-1 victory in Manchester Derby?
I
at
think
Old
you've got this.
Trafford?
Otamendi.
I wish I'd gone Otamendi, but I went Zabs.
He's
But
gone
yeah,
by
I was thinking
Nicholas.
Otamendi.
Yeah.
Number 4, which
Has he
club,
got this now?
Have I gone the wrong one?
which
Or has he
club
gone the wrong one?
ended a 10-year stint in the Premier League following relegation at the end of 2017-2018 season?
And I've gone Stoke.
He's gone for the right club.
Stoke. Question 5. At the 2018 World Cup, Felipe Baloy scored his nation's
Is it
first
not?
World Cup finals goal. Which team did he represent? Panama, Chile or Guatemala?
Well, it can't be Chile because they've scored loads of goals previously.
Can't it?
I don't think so. Guatemala even been to a World Cup,
Who knows?
so I've gone Panama.
I'd forgotten that Panama even qualified for this, so yeah, Panama.
It is Panama. True or false? Senegal were eliminated from the 2018 World Cup because of fair play.
I think that's false.
I've also put false.
You both wrong.
So it was true.
Oh,
Wow.
I remember there being something about it that they've been eliminated on a really harsh technicality or something. But I thought it was like goals, time of goals conceded or something.
Now he said it. I think it was like they missed the top 3 criteria or something, didn't they?
Yeah, well, it was
All being equal.
because who were they in the same group as? Were they in the same group with Argentina
Was it not the Denmark group?
and France?
I vaguely remember watching a Senegal game in the Micklegate, or 127 with him.
I can't remember.
And I swear that was Denmark.
It was weird. I remember there being only 1-0 in the entire tournament. It was France-Denmark, and I think I watched the second half of it with Keep in the Fox, and we were both like, well, that was a fucking waste of time, wasn't it?
Question.
Tell you what, I bet you weren't saying that at the end of the tournament, was he?
I'm going to cross out this guy's first name because I don't think I've got it right.
Is it not Maurizio?
I think well, I've put Manuel, but his name's Pellegrino.
No, it's Manuel Pellegrini
Grini.
and Maurizio Pellegrino.
Which would be the answer to question 7, which
Yeah, I've just put
Argentine
Pellegrino.
coach
Yeah.
Right. Cloud Powell, as manager of Southampton.
You got a few mentioning Cloud Powell there.
Club Powell.
8. Which Premier League striker
I've
scored
gone obvious.
3
Gotta be on it.
separate hat-tricks during the 2017-18 season against Watford, Newcastle United and Leicester City?
I was thinking that maybe I should have gone Salah, but I've gone Sergio.
Ooh. Now that could potentially be a good shout, actually.
Why did you go?
I've gone Aguero as well.
Yeah,
but
Sergio Aguero.
Changed hands. so that I can go Sergio Aguero.
So it is right, yeah. I was just debating that. I thought.
Tell you something. If there's a man out there who loves a Premier League hat trick,
it's Sergio.
It's Sergio Aguero.
Now then, let's see if we can get.
I've just literally written words down.
Let's see if we can get this one right again, shall we?
No, he went to China.
Did he?
Yeah.
Number 9 in 2018, Cedric Bakambu left Spanish side of Villarreal.
Is this the one where
to
you put
join
Evergreen
which
something last time this came out?
in a £65 million deal.
I've put Dortmund, but he seems convinced.
I'm
it's
pretty
China.
convinced he went to a club in China, but I have no idea. So I've just put something like Shanghai, Shenzhou,
Beijing,
Guang, or something like that.
I think we've had that before.
We have had that
and I
question
thought
before.
you put the Evergreen one.
Guangzhou Evergrande or whatever they are. I've had a guess at this one, and I'm hoping I am correct.
I couldn't even come up with a guess. I couldn't even think of a foreign manager.
Who was Paul Merson talking about when he said, I could win the league with Olympiacos? They've won it 107 times and it's only been going 106 years. Why has it always got to be a foreign manager? What does he know about the Premier League?
When he was saying that, all I was thinking is that time when Merson lost a tooth. I don't know why.
That's funny.
On TV, you know, like they have the soccer Saturday.
He was halfway through a broadcast, and he usually
His tooth fell out. I don't know what made me think of that.
Absolutely mental. I've gone for Javi Grazia.
Okay.
I have not put an answer.
Really?
Couldn't think.
Marco
Silva. Do you know? I didn't even think about Marco Silva when I thought on about foreign managers.
Well, hang on. What? When did he come out with this quote?
It didn't say, but presumably before he went to, was he at Watford first?
Well, no, he was at Hull first,
All right, and then Watford.
and then he went to Watford after Hull. And
So
then obviously he's now ended up at
what
Everton.
you're saying is, when he said that, Hull wouldn't have been in the Premier League.
No, Hull were in the Premier League, and they've just binned off. Did someone come in after Mike Phelan? I don't know whether they gave Mike Phelan the job all throughout the season.
Question 11.
Yeah,
what was the name of Sutton United goalkeeping
Does not
coach
matter.
fined for eating a pie during his side's game with Arsenal?
Does not matter how many times I hear this guy's
I
name.
love how you just gone for one name.
It never sticks in my head, and for some reason I've got it in my head that his first name's Wayne, and I always keep putting Wayne.
But I think you
and I don't think it's Wayne.
I think you put Wayne last time. It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think it's Wayne, but
Now,
I can't get it out of my head.
I've put Daniel Smith. However, something in my head says he's called Dean.
You should put half a point.
Is
Is he really called Wayne?
His name is Wayne Shaw.
Wayne Shaw.
No way.
Which club won the 2017 UEFA Super Cup?
I don't think they won the. I don't think they won the.
Didn't they win
Europa
it 3
League.
years in a row?
No.
I was thinking that'd be the obvious choice.
No, because the year before that, the year before this one, that's when United won it.
United.
I've put Real Madrid.
You do right.
Oh, okay.
That's the right answer.
Because was it not Real versus Atletico?
I can't remember.
I'm
I thought Sevilla had a good run.
fairly sure it was Atletico Madrid.
Lucky for some, question 13. How many FA Cup winner
Gone high because I'd have gone
medals
way higher.
did Ryan Giggs collect as a manager?
As a manager, like normal.
As a Manchester United player, 2, 3 or 4?
I've gone 4 because I thought it was probably higher.
4.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think because they won in 1994, which obviously he would have been a part of.
And they get a double.
94, 95,
Yeah. 99.
99, 2004. Yeah, because to be fair, they didn't win it for ages. They won it against Millwall in 2004, and then they went all that time until they beat Palace until they won it again. That was like 2015 or 16.
You feel like with the...
It's because they kept getting
With
to
the
finals, but they kept
careers.
losing them. Excellent.
Question 14. Which football club are known as the Cottagers?
Fulham.
It's Fulham.
Yeah, they should.
For the American viewers.
They should do.
Fulham.
They should do something about that.
Yeah, but it's because
They-
they play
they-
at Craven Cottage.
They still should do something about it.
They also go by the name the Lillywhites and things like that, I think.
Question 15. Joe Bradford is the all-time
Well, I can see it, yeah.
leading goal scorer for which England Football League club? He won 12 England caps between 1923 and 1930.
It can't be
Because
that.
I couldn't think of another answer, I have gone for Bradford.
I've gone Blackpool, but I hope it's Bradford.
See, you've gone with the B's. So
Bolton.
No, that's probably Nat Loft.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Burnley?
No, they weren't big then.
Birmingham City.
I was just trying to think of who was big clubs around that time.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially if he's getting England caps.
16.
I got that down before we gave the options.
Do you know what? You could be right on that.
Who played the pass to MacLeod as he scored his
After all this,
memorable
I've gone that. You've gone that. Guarantee it's Darren Anderton.
goal against Argentina in the 1998 World Cup? Paul Ince, David Beckham, Darren Anderton.
I've gone for Paul Ince.
And I've gone for David Beckham.
So the theory would be that it would be Darren Anderton, but it is David Beckham.
Yeah.
Is it really? Fuck off. For some
17.
reason I had Paul Ince in my head before the options came out, so it...
Which Bulgarian striker has 5 Premier League hat-tricks, the last of which came in December 2011?
If I'm honest, in my whole knowledge of football, I only know 2 Bulgarian strikers, and one of them's Stoichkov.
Well, I was going to say it'd be awesome if it was Valery Bozhinov.
I
don't
don't know
think
who that
it
is.
Dimitar Berbatov.
Yeah, Berbatov.
Is the correct answer.
Yeah.
18. Who is the youngest player to win a senior
I'm
cap
guessing.
for Scotland in the 21st century? Kieran Tierney, Scott Brown,
I didn't even know
or
Tierney was
Gareth
Scottish.
Williams.
Savon Tierney.
I didn't even know he was Scottish, if I'm honest.
Kieran Tierney plays left back for Celtic.
Yeah, because there's
Might be
talk
right
about
back.
him coming to Leicester, isn't there?
Yeah.
That is the correct,
Is it?
correct answer.
Gareth Williams.
Who famously said, "Please don't call me arrogant because what I am saying is true. I'm European champion, so I'm not one of the bottle. I think I'm special one." I think
Well,
I'm a
it was
special
the
one.
special.
Jose.
It was the special one.
Jose.
Jose Mourinho. And question 20. As a player, Cloud Powell
I'm almost sure that's right
made
because that's Hazard
488
he
senior
managed to as well.
appearances
and
for
Hazard puts
which
a lot of it down.
French club? Paris Saint-Germain, Lille,
Lily?
Monaco.
I think it's Lily.
See, I put Monaco because I think he was at Monaco when Henri was at Monaco.
Monaco.
Oh, fuck off.
So
I was convinced
20 points.
that Hazard had said that it was
for
him who
grabs.
He might have been the
taught
manager.
him the ropes. And
Yeah, but he might have been the manager when
Yeah.
he first came through.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half.
4.5. Nice.
Yeah, I tried my best.
I don't think the scores are important.
I'd just chalk another one up there. Does that put you up to 10 yet?
Don't think so.
Fine.
8.
8.
Puts me on 8.
Yeah, you only just beat me last week on the last question.
Yeah, but how did you get on this week, James?
I got 9 out of 20.
15 and a half over here.
15 out of a high
Jesus.
score.
Hey, puts us in a good set for Thursday though, eh?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So,
Leaves us at 8-3.
putting the shout out to the listening and watching public, we need some kind of handicap system
No.
for Mr. Williams.
I'm not joining this as a handicap. Defeats the purpose. You've just got to try
Just-
better.
Step your game up, James.
Yeah. I will.
Unless there's anything that anybody...
I have nothing.
That's probably the end
I have
of this
nothing.
week's Cookiecast Presents.
No, we skipped over. I want to talk about Zidane.
Yeah, that's the only
Skip.
thing that's come out of the week is that obviously we
missed
we
the
covered
footballing week.
We covered last week that obviously Real Madrid are self-destructing, and they've obviously self-destructed so much that Zinedine Zidane's gone back in time.
The only thing is, I'd heard like a day before it got announced it was Zidane that they were literally just like drawing up a £12 million a year deal for Mourinho to go back.
Yeah, I'd heard that. But I was, to be honest with you, who else is there? Of like a big enough name?
I don't know. It's all just gone to shit, hasn't it? Because if you think back to the start of the World Cup,
Lopetegui?
yeah, he got fired, didn't he, from being the Spain manager?
Got fired because he was talking to Madrid.
Yeah.
And
they've had two since.
Who took over as Spain manager?
Well, it was what's he called?
Hierro?
Yeah, Carlos Hierro.
Fernando
Hierro. He did it for
he was
the tournament, didn't he? I can't remember who it was. Like as a permanent, he didn't get it though. He didn't get it though, did he?
I can't think of I can't think for the life of me he was the Spain manager, isn't it?
I think it's a recognisable name.
It will be. It'll be a name I've heard of.
Is it maybe a previous Spain manager has gone back in and done it again?
That's who it is. So you definitely have heard of this person. You. He was. He's previously been a league coach.
Do you mean
So he's in charge of a league club. And
league?
then he's taken the manager's position.
You mean in?
So he's been a club
in
manager
the Primera division,
in the La Liga.
La Liga.
If we were.
Oh, it used to be called the Primera division, didn't it? Before it was like rebranded. Anyway,
Yeah, it's never been called that in a million years. It's only been going for 10. Ex-Barca, ex-Real Madrid player. I've stumped him. I've only gone and bloody stumped him.
well, that was for some reason I got Luis Enrique in my head, but is it Luis Enrique?
Interesting that you might have his name in your head.
But did he
Seems
play,
though he's the current Spain manager.
Did he play for Madrid?
Yeah, he signed for Barca from Real.
Do you know? I thought he was what do you call it?
La Masia.
Yeah,
La Masia grad. Sadly,
him and
he
Pep,
wasn't.
him and Pep together.
Well, obviously. Best boy bum chums, weren't they? I have no idea if they were. Captain Sergio Ramos. Wanker.
I'm a big Sergio Ramos fan.
Yeah, but top banter in the. Sorry, lads. Got this. I'll get an intentional booking, so I'm free for the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
You have a 2-game ban, pal.
What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You want an
How
intentional
come
booking?
Neymar weren't playing last week as well?
Injured.
He weren't on the same thing.
Injured.
I'll take a ban.
Well, no, you covered it, didn't you, the other week? He only wants to play the big games.
Yeah.
Right then.
Cool.
Yeah, so...
Is it FAC at the weekend?
We've gone
as
back
well?
in time. What?
Is it FAC at the weekend? FA Cup.
No, that's next weekend. No, it is this weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember who the big games are. Swansea versus Man City.
Well, you're obviously following Man City.
Obviously, have to. Because they knocked out the team that knocked out my team.
Yeah.
Swansea Man City. Millwall versus Brighton. United versus...
Nobody knows.
There's only 8 teams left, isn't it?
Bournemouth.
No, I think Bournemouth got binned off. Oh, for God's sake, I'll have to look at it now.
I know.
God damn it, James.
I know.
There's only 4 games. How can I not remember this? So,
Man United got a fairly... It was just like a lowly Premier League team on it.
FA Cup quarterfinals. Watford versus Crystal Palace. Swansea City versus Man City. Wolves versus Man United. And then on Sunday,
so not a lowly Premier
and
League
then on
team.
Sunday, Millwall versus Brighton and Hove Albion. And then after the quarterfinals, you know what comes next, Andrew?
There's the potential for a Brighton Palace semi-final. That would be massive.
Yeah, but only if Palace can get past the might of. I've already forgotten who I've said. I've literally just forgotten.
Arsenal. No.
Oh, Arsenal got what's up by United. Watford Palace.
Yeah.
That was a semi-final a couple of seasons ago.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was Watford Palace in the semi-final to get through to play Man United.
Yeah.
And Watford shit the bed that day, so will they shit the bed again? Oh, do you reckon if it's a Crystal Palace Brighton semi-final, do you reckon someone will do a shit in the dressing room again? Like they did last time. When Poyet was in charge at Brighton.
No, I'd heard the story that it might have been Poyet.
Oh no, I thought it was that Poyet was in charge and found it and was like, this is an absolute disgrace.
No, because there was always a cloud. No one would ever say why he left.
It's because he was too busy babbing all over the place. Amazing.
No, there was no... Right, well, you tell me if you can find a reason why Poyet isn't, like, stopped being the Brighton manager. He left under, like, a proper cloud, didn't he? Like, apparently there was some...
A dust cloud, a mushroom cloud.
Apparently there was some kind of indiscretion.
Dirty protest, you say? Interesting. I think we have to call it there because we're all delusional. We're talking nonsense. I'm saying things about Tony Pulis. Put another one down. Oh, that's got to be called now.
Yeah, I like Cock.
God. Thank you very much, everyone, and until next time.
Thank you, bye.
Can't see the forest fatigue.
So there you go. What do you think to that? Another one in the bag. No money in the kitty quite yet, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure this week we'll be rolling in dough. YouTube watchers, turn yourselves into YouTube subscribers, leave us a comment, tell us how many points you got in the quiz, things like that. Everybody jump over to the cookiecast.com, check out our social media feeds, check out the photos we've been posting on Instagram of our podcasting sessions, send us an email. So why don't you present a quiz to us that Paul might not know all the answers to, or even if you've got a handicap system for that would be great. So yeah, that's another one in the bag. Join us next week for another episode of You Can't See the Forest for the Teas. But until then, I'm going to say goodbye.